everyone, it's Lexie. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you all of the books that I plan on reading for the month of November. Again, it's crazy to think that we are already in November. We are halfway through the school semester, which is crazy. I feel like we just got done with midterms when this video goes up, and I feel like they'll be right around the corner. November is going to hopefully be a better reading month because I did read 4 books last month, and that was pretty good considering all the studying for like midterms and all that. So I thought 5 books would be kind of a good one, considering like I won't have to be studying all the time. I'll have more free time to enjoy myself, and then there's also American Thanksgiving, which I get to go home for. So yeah, I am very much looking forward to that. And so yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So the first book that I have here is the Tales and Teacups book club pick for the month of November, and this book I mentioned in my books I need to finish by 2017, and you guys had a lot of comments about it, so I think I'm really looking forward to this one being the book club pick because I feel like there'll be a lot of discussion for it. So if you want to participate in all that, I'll have everything linked up in the cards, so you can go check that out if you want to participate in the discussion. So the book is the book is Quiet, The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking by Cain. So basically this is a book discussing kind of how introverts are very undervalued in society, and especially in the workplace, and how kind of, even though like people don't see it this way, there is a power in being an introvert, and just how like we kind of stand out from the crowd compared to like extroverts, and what make us unique, and how in fact like instead of it being something that's frowned upon, it should be something that is can be beneficial, and a lot of people can learn from it. So I have really high hopes for this one. I've heard it's really well researched, so I'm really excited for that, and it's under 300 pages, which is always good. But yeah, I've heard so many great things about this one, and especially like I said, I have some things going on with school with someone in my program who's been giving me a hard time about this, so I think this one will be really empowering. If I were to go on about like what's going on with this person, like I'd bleep the whole video because I'd just be swear and everything, but I feel like this one will be very empowering, especially everything going on. I feel like it will come to my advantage, so I have very high hopes for this one. So yeah. So this is another book that I mentioned in my 2017 books, and I feel like it will just be like a nice fun read, and it is The Last Letter from Your Lover by Jojo Moyes. And this, well, I have this one and then one more book, and then I'll be caught up with all of the Jojo Moyes books that I own. So basically this is a dual storyline where Jennifer wakes up in a hospital in the 1960s, and she doesn't remember anything, like the car accident that put her there, her husband, nothing. She kind of tries to find out about her past until she finds impassioned letters signed Simply Be from a man for whom she seemed willingly to risk everything for. And then kind of flash forward to 2003, journalist Ellie stumbles upon an old letter containing a man's ardent plea to his married lover. She becomes obsessed with it, with finding out what happened to the couple and all that. So I think this one will be really fun. I did read Me Before You and The Girl You Left Behind, which was a dual storyline, so this one also has that. So I think this one will be fun. I'm pretty sure my cousin has read this one, and I think she liked it too. So yeah, I think this one will just be a nice fun read. So yeah, and I really want to get to it because it's been on my shelf for like 2 years. So these next few books are all new releases that came out last month, and the first one I want to get to definitely this month is A Dead Stop by Barbara Nickless. This is the second book in the Sydney Rose series, and I read the first one, Blood on the Tracks, last year or over the summer, and I really loved it. So basically it follows a special agent, Sydney Rose, who kind of works for, like, she's a detective and for the railroads, which apparently is a thing. But what's really unique about her is that she's an ex-Marine who is suffering from PTSD. So this series does a really good job at shedding light on PTSD, and just kind of how the resources for kind of when people like the military and army people come back from war, there's not a lot of resources for them. And her sidekick is like a canine partner, Clyde, who was with her in Afghanistan, which I think is really unique. But yeah, I know nothing about the premise of these. When I read kind of these books, Like, I like to know nothing about them. So yeah, I'm really excited for this one. I really enjoyed the first one. So if you're looking for a new, like, unique murder series, I think this one will be perfect for you. And plus, there's only 2 books, so it's easy to be caught up. So this next one is a fantasy one. Fantasy slash historical fiction that is very small actually, so hopefully it won't be too hard to complete, and it is Into the Bright Unknown by Carson, which is part of the Gold Seer trilogy, I think this is. So I think this is the last book, at least to my knowledge. And basically this follows a girl named Leah who lives during like the gold rush, and she has a special power where she can sense gold in the ground. So obviously during the gold rush, this makes her a very big target and kind of can put her life potentially in danger. So when her parents get brutally murdered, she decides that in order to get to kind of be safe, she goes and travels out to California and kind of takes on like the Oregon Trail type of thing. So yeah, I really liked the first 2 books. I don't really remember what happened in them, so I'm gonna have to read a little synopsis and like summary on what happened. But yeah, this one's just a nice, good, fun read, and it's really unique too. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. So yeah. And so finally, the last book. This one is just wishful thinking because this book is very big, and it is Before the Devil Breaks You by Libba Bray, and it is the 3rd book in the Diviners series, I think it is. I don't know if it's a trilogy or a series, I don't know. But basically it takes place during the Roaring 20s in New York, and it kind of follows these teenagers and like young adult, like older people in their 20s, just like with who kind of have like special powers. So like they can like touch something and like touch an object and like know the history of it and just who it belonged to and all that. So like while this is going on, there's kind of like a darker paranormal force going on like behind the scenes that they are kind of like learning about and they're trying to stop. So yeah, I think that's like a really kind of vague synopsis, but I think it's kind of good to go into the series blind. Again, with this one, I don't really remember a lot. I remember the first one pretty well, but the second one I don't remember at all. So I'm gonna have to read a summary on this one, but I think this one will be a good one to read over Thanksgiving because it is quite hefty. It's just under 600 pages, so I might as well eat some turkey and, you know, read this book. So yeah, perfect for like, you know, when the turkey kicks in. Yeah, it will be great. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these books or if you have any suggestions. So yeah, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.